Yes, a beautiful morning to you. We're still logged in right here on 7FM 103.9 on it. It's been an eventful weekend, a very beautiful new week to you, and then a hopeful new week because, yes, we're still within that particular heated point of election everywhere in Nigeria right about now. We're talking about the 2023 25th February election. In as much as a lot of things happening, some persons saying that some elections they started late for some places. Some are still complaining as at yesterday that they didn't participate in the election at all because there wasn't the arrival of the INEC officials, while some persons were complaining that within the collations some of the INEC officials designated for their polling units and their centers couldn't upload the results. And of course, that is a major key point of what we're going to be talking about today. This is 7 Politics on 7FM 103.9 on it. My name is CI0 and you're welcome on board because we have some persons who are qualified Nigerians who actually exercised their franchise on Saturday. Most of them are going to be talking about what it is hovering around Nigerian politics, especially within this Fourth Republic. We've had a lot of elections between 1999 down to 2023. First of all, let's take the ladies first, because according to what it is, ladies first. A very beautiful morning to you, Favor. Welcome aboard yet again. We equally have the big man on radio, Raymond Okolo.
Yeah, good morning to you. So ladies first, only where you reach for money. Now is the men first.
And some days, some hours before the elections reassured Nigerians that the BVAS, the Biomodal Voter Accreditation System, was going to be another pace setter for the Nigerian political sector. It was going to be very, very visible, which will bring about the free and fair election, with the collation of results being faster and more reliable, unlike what we had before. Now, we're really going to be taking a look at that particular Biomodal Accreditation System, which is the BVAS. What do you guys really think about this? Let's start from the ladies again, or rather from the lady in the building.
Based on what I think, there is nothing wrong with the BVAS. The BVAS was working as it should. My challenge there is people assigned to work with the BVAS. Those are the people I have issues with. The BVAS has been packaged for this particular purpose, and most of the things needed for this particular election was actually there. So my challenge is the people assigned to handle the BVAS. Some of them will come, they will tell you that they don't even have the password to the BVAS. Some of them will come, they will tell you that the BVAS is not charged. The BVAS is not going to charge itself. You are the one to make sure that the machine that you've given to go out with should be charged properly. And then some of them will complain about network issues. Okay, network issues. That should be issues with INEC. Because you know that we actually need network for this to work. It is your duty to provide whatsoever network you choose to work with. Make sure the network is subscribed to a large extent. In some polling units, I heard some persons even had to give their router to make sure that the BVAS is working. And some persons will even come out and say that they're having network issues, whereas they don't even know how to operate the BVAS.
I think it's a very big advantage if done properly, in the sense that I don't have issues with the machine. I don't have issues with the device itself, because even when I went to cast my vote, it was not recognizing my face. I was wondering if we were two, so I had to bend my neck somehow for the people to be able to capture my face and then say, yes, this is Raymond Okolo, and then eventually. But if it's done properly, it won't take you time to vote, because it didn't take me time. I think I got there within 5 to 6 minutes. I was done. It immediately recognized my face, the thumb printing, I did that, and then they handed me the papers to go and then cast my vote. So it does not take time, which is supposed to be a plus for Nigeria. Knowing fully well that we have a lot of people coming in, but because it is not done properly, some people have issues with network, just like Favor said as well too. In some cases, people who are handling it I don't think they went for training. And they actually had several times that they said they were sending messages to people that volunteered and whatever, and we were calling them out for training. I know somebody who went for the training right here. So if that is the case, that these people went for training, you can't tell me that okay, after training you don't know how to operate the the device. So what were you guys doing during the training process? Were you just there to catch phone and hook up and collect numbers from opposite gender or what? Because you cannot go for training and then on the day of the election when that training is supposed to apply, you don't know how to operate the system. And I think with the issue of the password, I think they did not want to give out the password early so that people will not go and manipulate or do whatever. So they wait until maybe when you're there on ground, then they send you the password or something, and then they fail to send the password to some people. So that's the reason why when you get it, they'll tell you I don't have the password to it. It's not their fault. It's because
we're meant to understand from one of them that once you're leaving the local government, the password is given to you. Nobody's sending the password personally to you. You're giving that particular password in an envelope, and then you're supposed to open at the polling unit.
If that is the case, how come some of them were complaining that they did not have the password? It means that they were given a wrong password or something, because there is no other explanation to it. Because if you were given the password from the local government office and then you get to the polling unit and it's not working, it's not your fault. It means that you were given the wrong information, and when you enter the information, it does not recognize it. So it's not really their fault. I feel that if this is done properly, we could actually have something that would help us save a lot of time. That people get to experience voting, and then you do it properly. And then they were promised to actually upload the results immediately, but that did not happen, and that is where the major issue is. I think that it should be done in a way. We have to find a way to go about our election in a way that when you're conducting the election, it is counting itself and then uploading immediately. Because now you have to wait for them there. I was there up, like I said this morning, I was there till around 9 just to make sure that I got the results from my own polling unit. We're counting it. Everybody was there counting. They'll bring this one, number 1, 2, 3, 4. We're there all through to make sure that everything was counted eventually. But the problem was that he could not upload to the INEC server.
Maybe he was told, but couldn't remember the password.
Wow.
And then
you can't you didn't remember because it was given to you.
Wow.
Normally, they are supposed to be given the number of the SPO.
Okay.
And other EOs then, so that in case of any of these issue, you will just contact them for them to send in the password.
Okay.
Then Big Man said something about result not being uploaded on time.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that is exactly what I'm saying. That it is the problem of the personnel that were there to operate the BVAS, because the BVAS is so higher to transmit all these things. That is, if the network is stable.
Okay.
But because for you to transmit this, there must be another password which is different from the
original one
that you used to open the BVAS initially.
Okay.
So if you are not smart enough to input this password and to know the right app to press at that given point in time, that means we'll be having issues. So if you ask me, I will say it is about the personnel and not synchronizing with the officers ahead of the POs. That is, the EOs and the SPOs are not really working well with the PO and the APOs. So that is what I can say about this.
Do you think this particular because when you get to some particular polling unit, you understand that we have, say, 2,000 persons present, but at the end of the day, you get to see only 600 out of 2,000, at most 700, 800. Do you think this, considering how we all saw the election go, do you think that particular issue had to do with the voters? Because we are meant to understand that some voters couldn't adhere to strict instructions of staying in the line. Do you think that particular issue of not everybody voting had to do with the voters or INEC official? How do you see that?
The voters. First and foremost, the INEC official did not come on time And then that led to some people leaving. In the place we went to, one of the places we went to, we saw one of the old, the older gentlemen there saying that he was about to leave, that he was tired. That was around 12 o'clock or so, and they had not started voting, that he was tired and wants to leave. So people around decided begging him to stay, that we have to stay, that we've been here since morning till now, let's just complete it, you understand. So I think some people left, and then some people failed to adhere to instructions. Some other people as well too did not see their names on that, the sheet that was posted on the wall. And I think when we interviewed one of them, you and I think you remember what the man was saying, that even trying to see maybe he would try to use the BVAS, and he was not allowed to because his name was not on the wall, and as such they felt that even going to use the BVAS would be a waste of time for him because his name was not on the wall. So I think a lot of people, things happened that day that just made a lot of people not get to cast their votes. Some of them, they had new polling units created, and then the information was not given to them. They did not know where exactly they were supposed to go and cast their vote. They went to the places that they normally go to every year to go cast their vote, and they told them that it's no longer here, that you guys have they moved your own polling unit somewhere else. But they were not giving prior information to that. So I think you could say that the people had their own issues as well too, but major problem was coming from INEC because they did not do what they were supposed to do. The people that they were supposed to put in place, and then if sometimes you don't see your name on the wall, it does not matter as long as you have your voter's card with you there. Try to give the person the chance to use the BVAS, and then if the BVAS does not recognize the person, then that's a problem. That's a different issue. But not even allowing them access to the BVAS and say, because your name is not on the wall, it means you are not supposed to be voting here, go somewhere else. That I feel is not the way to handle the whole situation.
Well, I think it's from both parties. The individuals in which that before, prior to the election, INEC came out and said for you to confirm your polling unit, they brought out some, I think, codes that you need to press using your phone to find out where exactly your polling unit is. And secondly, for people that didn't adhere to that instruction coming to that polling unit, the INEC officials shouldn't be that strict to them because people are somehow confused. If we know that something like this happened, definitely there should be someone around directing them. If you don't see your polling unit, if your polling unit is not here, let me assist you to find where it is. Because some of these elderly men, they don't even know how to operate their phones. They don't even know how to use those codes to find their polling units. So it is on the hand is on the hand of the INEC officials and as well the people.
Let me tell you something now. There's this young man that walked up to me and said that he has been sending the codes and whatever to the number, because it's not everybody that has smartphones. Some people still use this button phone, and that was what the young man was using. I said he had already sent the codes and everything that he said he should send to that number, and he has not received any reply from them. I had to help him out with my own smartphone and enter his own details into my phone, and then he brought out his polling unit, and we now found out that he was even in the wrong place. That the polling unit was supposed to be, I think, about 2 streets after that one, and I told him to start going there. So it's not down to the people, it is from the fault of the INEC, because you are sending code to some people, and then you also put up a link to a site. Not everybody has access to that link. Some people will still make use of that code, but the code that you gave to them was not working on.
That was why I said if they had looked for it before time, at least it would have been settled to a large extent. And also at the polling unit, there should be someone around telling people this is not your polling unit, this is where you should be. That's just what I have to say.
That the Labour Party effect is taking a positive tone on those running for the House of Assembly so far. Outside Anambra and even within Anambra, especially the fact that Anambra State is in quotes a particular state governed by another political party altogether. Do you think that the Labour Party effect is really affecting what is going on in the political scene here in Anambra State and of course in Delta State as well?
For the little ones that we can actually talk about, which is for that of the House of Assembly and then the other one as well too, I think for now, and Senate as well, I think for now we can actually say that to an extent that the party, the New Labour Party, has actually been able to have an effect, because we've seen some places where the winners have been announced for those places, and it was because of the effect of the Labour Party. Some of them did not even go about campaigning. Some of them did not even put up posters at all. They just won solely on the fact that they were on a Labour Party. So I think a lot of people, would I say, felt that Labour Party to an extent was coming in with a new set of people, was coming in with a new ideology as well. So even if not a new set of people, a new ideology, and a lot of people keyed into that ideology. And that was the reason why, or that's the reason why a lot of people just started voting for Labour Party, irrespective of whoever is there or whatever. You just go for the party because the party has a new ideology, and the party seems to be a party that carries the people along. I think on the day of election, people were trying to find out. People were trying to find out from some of the officials there, because the way they were tearing out the ballot papers to give to people, it did not even leave room for them to know which was for the presidential, which was for Senate, which was for House of Reps and all that. It was just torn out, and they tear out that part. So people try to ask, and then the officials didn't have the time to answer a lot of people, so they're just pushing people off. So for people not to miss out on who they feel is supposed to be their own preferred candidate, they just decided to vote all round from all for the same party on all of the ballot papers, just in case this is not the one that they say is for president, or this is not the one for Senate. Let me not go and make the mistake and give my vote to someone else. So you just make sure that if you're voting for this particular party, you're voting for that party on all of the ballot papers. And I think that was the reason why we had some of these results coming out that way. But that being said, I think Labour Party to an extent have been able to come in and show everyone they've been able to do it in a way that it is no longer just APC and PDP. People have known APC and PDP for years, but now Labour Party has come in and changed the narrative. They are now letting people know that yes, it is no longer those two parties, that they are also a strong contender in this election.
In our previous 7 politics that we had, we said something. It asked a question concerning what other Labour Party candidates are saying, that the presidential candidate of this same party is not carrying them along. So definitely they have seen the Labour Party effect, because not just in...
You don't need to be carried along.
You don't need to be carried along. You just don't need to be carried along. You just need to be in the system, then you are carried along. Because some persons just go out, they just don't want to make mistake of voting whosoever they don't want to. Instead, they will just vote Labour Party throughout. And some people have this mindset that for this particular candidate that they feel will effect change, that this particular candidate that they feel that will effect change in our country, Nigeria, that for him to be able to work, that he needs most of his people around. So with that in mind, they have to just give it to Labour Party all through.